Okay, welcome to our webinar today. And this is a little bit different than we normally do. We do a kind of an intro to home video studio about every 2 weeks. And today we're doing like a meet and greet. You can meet a couple of our new owners. If you want, you can ask them questions. And we're going to go about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes today, maybe shorter, maybe longer. But I'm Robert Hanley. I'm producer, director, editor. I'm the CEO and founder of Home Video Studio. And today I have Michael with us, and Michael Harris and David Schutte. So Michael and David, say hi.
Hi. Hey there.
So I'm putting you guys on the spot. So I appreciate your cooperation. So Home Video Studio is a business you run either from your home or from an office. Some of our owners have a studio, a storefront, we call them. We call them studio stores. So you can do either one. If you want to know more about Home Video Studio, you should go to www.myhomevideostudio.com. You'll see tons of information about Home Video Studio. If you want to call me after the webinar or at some point, you can also text. My phone number is 317-358-5932. That's 317-358-5932. So I thought we'd have Michael and David just share their stories with us today on how they found Home Video Studio and how they made the decision to join us. We're actually in Indianapolis, in what sometimes we call the flagship studio. That's the studio behind us, this whole room. You need about 80 to 100 square feet for your studio. And this is where I work every day. I still run a studio. And so we're doing basic training here. That's one of the first trainings you do. So Michael, do you mind sharing your story, your journey to Home Video Studio?
Hi, Vicki, and anybody else who may be watching. My name, like I said, is Michael Harris. I'm from Round Rock, Texas, and I came across the opportunity about 15 to 18 years ago. And at that time, it just wasn't the right thing for me to do in addition to a full-time job that I had. And after about 26 years of the corporate life, I decided this was something I really wanted to move back into. And as I was working on a project for a family member, I had a tape basically dissolve in my hand and I lost all of it. And then my wife said something about, hey, what about that video business? So went and looked at it again. And sure enough, after having that conversation, Facebook heard us, and we saw an ad on Facebook, and I called Robert back and he remembered us meeting a long time ago. And so we just started up that conversation, and it was a really good fit for what I wanted to do moving forward. And so I took the plunge, and now I'm about a month away from opening up.
Yeah,
Very excited.
So did you say where you're from?
Round Rock, yeah.
Round Rock, Texas. Okay, so we have territories available pretty much in every major and minor city or in your area. If you Google Home Video Studio, your city, you might see a website. We probably still have an availability because a lot of places we have a website with no studio owner. But it's funny because I mentioned yesterday we got an inquiry from Round Rock, Texas, and we can only have one studio in each location. So if you're interested in this, you want to act as soon as you can so you secure your territory. And some people run the business as a couple, so you can do that. I always ran it as just me, producer, director, running the business. A lot of our business is in media conversion, so that is our bread and butter. We make tons of money converting old tapes and old movies and really any video or audio. But we also fully support shooting, directing, taping, whatever you want to call it. If you want to be the person behind the camera, if you want to shoot corporate video or do whatever, we totally support that. And we have a whole program for that. But David, you want to share your story?
Yeah.
We're going to come back to you in just a minute, Michael, but David.
So yeah, so I'm David Schutte, and I'm from Peoria, Arizona, and like Michael, just started here for training. I'm about 2 months out till my studio is
Yeah.
up and running. And I've been a packaging engineer for 32 years. Recently lost my job, and Facebook hit me, and I called on it, and then we've just been in, I think we talked about a month or two, and finally pulled the trigger, and here I am.
So that was an interesting contrast because you saw us in Facebook like in October, maybe, or
November, probably.
November.
Yeah.
And then you were on a webinar. So David was on a webinar just like this. Well, not just like this, but a webinar.
With Roger.
With
Yep.
Roger, another new owner. Yeah, we had another owner here training, but he had to go home, so he's not here today. But interesting. We do have people that have seen Home Video Studio for years and years and years, and then the timing becomes right, so they pull the trigger. But a lot of people find us, and 2 to 3 weeks later, they are studio owners, and then it starts this whole process of training. We have 15 days of training, and to find out all of this knowledge about, well, what is Home Video Studio? Could it be for you? Could it be for anybody watching this? Just go to myhomevideostudio.com. You'll see tons of videos. You can listen to my audio program, how to start and run your own home video studio. So, well, I'll start with Michael first. So, Michael, you've been here in Indy, what, 4 days
4
now?
days.
How is the training? I mean, is it what you thought it would be? Are you excited, or are you thinking, oh no, I wish I wouldn't have done that?
No, it's like anything, like you start a new job, anything new, it's drinking from a fire hose to some extent. But you can be prepared coming into it.
Right.
And this has been really filling in the gaps of questions. And I came with a whole host of questions, and before I could even answer or ask those questions, a lot of it's been the answer's been given to me in the training. So it's been very worthwhile.
Well, here's a tale of two cities. What did your wife think of this when you brought this up? How did you bring her up to speed?
Well, she was very cautious, and she was wondering, is this really what we want to do?
Yeah.
But me being the type of person who's done this type of work just on a personal side and for friends and family, she knew it was a passion of mine. And once we talked through it for a while, it was no doubt she's 100% behind it. So
Yeah.
very supportive.
And David, you had well, just tell us, what was your experience when you introduced this to your wife? What did she think?
She was
A little
hesitant.
different.
Yeah, she was it took a while for her to jump on board. But finally she did, and she supports it 100% now.
Yeah.
So
And we
yeah.
we do have a process for interesting, getting your other half, or your fiance, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, your partner, bringing them up to speed on what you want to do. In your case, David, you came on a regular webinar, and I think the next week you had your wife on as well.
Yeah, maybe 2 weeks.
Or 2 weeks
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think I signed right before January 1st.
That is right. You
'Cause-
did indeed. You signed on January 30th. So, or no, December 30th. All right. Thank you for being here today. We really appreciate it. If you want more information about what Home Video Studio is, because this was really just a short glimpse, we wanted you to meet a couple of our newest owners and take some steps if you think you might want to join us, or you might want to know more. So go to www.myhomevideostudio.com. You can call me if you want. My number's on the website, but it's 317-358-5932. Robert Hanley, Home Video Studio, Michael Harris, David Schutte. Let's everybody say goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Adios. Goodbye. Thanks for being here.